Welcome back to Never Don't Ask with me, John Martin. We're in Lincolnshire for another Rate the Stations. We're on the coast at the little used station of New Clee. New Clee sits on the line between Grimsby and Cleethorpes and is close to the fishing port of Grimsby. The next station to the south east is Cleethorpes, the end of the line. Heading the other way, the line turns south, calling at Grimsby Dock's halt and then Grimsby Town. Grimsby Dock is just over a kilometre away and Cleethorpes is about 4. New Clee Station is at the end of a residential road that runs from Cleethorpes. However, by the time we reach New Clee, the surroundings have turned industrial and very fishy. The line into Grimsby Town from Sheffield opened in 1848. The line was promoted by the Great Grimsby and Sheffield Junction Railway. However, by 1847, this had become part of the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway. In 1863, the line was extended to Cleethorpes. New Clee was opened on this extension in 1875. It originally had 2 platforms, but was reduced to 1 when the line was single-tracked. Marks for services, 1 out of 10. While 3 train companies use this line, only East Midland Railway trains on the Cleethorpes to Barton upon Humber line stop here. Trains call at New Clee once every 2 hours in each direction. The more frequent Trans-Pennine Expresses and the once-a-day Northern train skip this station. There is a limited Sunday service here during the summer. The Barton line serves the local stations on the Grimsby and Cleethorpes line before leaving the line after heading north to return to the Humber estuary, terminating near the Humber Bridge at Barton upon Humber. The existence of the Humber Bridge and the withdrawal of the ferry was part of the reason why services on this line were reduced. In 23-24, New Clee had 2,014 entrances and exits with an average of 104 services per week. So this works out at 0.45 people per service, making it one of the least busy stations in the country. Barton on Humber was the most popular destination from this station. Marks for onward travel, 2 out of 5. There aren't any onward transport links directly at the station, however it's just a minute or so's walk to the A180 Cleethorpes Road that links Cleethorpes and Grimsby. The road sees a free bus between Grimsby Morrison's and Cleethorpes Pier, the 10 between Grimsby Town Centre and Hewitt Circus, southwest of Cleethorpes, and the 9 between Waltham and Hewitt Circus. The number 2 bus starts nearby and travels to Euro Park, north of Grimsby. While these are likely useful transport links for local residents, I don't really see these as transport connections, as they are also available from other stations with better service along the line. Marks for accessibility, 3 out of 10. With this being a single platform station, there are no issues getting from the one platform to another. There are access ramps onto the platform, however the station is unstaffed, it doesn't have a PA and there is no visual displays when I visited. Marks for station facilities, 1 out of 10. There are minimal facilities here, with just a single platform of 144 metres length. When I visited there was some work being done on the station. It looked like a shelter could be built, but there was nothing there. There is cycle parking for a few bikes. Marks for care and character, 3 out of 20. The overwhelming thing you notice about New Clee is its proximity to a number of fish processing plants, and so the overwhelming smell of fish does not make this a pleasant station to wait at. They were doing work there though, so it is not a forgotten station. Marks for nearby things, 1 out of 10. Walking towards the station from the Cleethorpes direction, we leave the land of rows of terrace houses and move into an industrial area. Surrounded by the fishing industry, This is as close to the fish docks as Grimsby Dock Station is. So there isn't a huge amount of interest to the non-fishermen. We have an Aldi and a few other commercial businesses, but little to draw you here. Overall, this station picked up 12 marks out of 65. Giving this Department for Transport F2 categorised, smallest category of station, a whiffy 18%. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment and ring the bell to be notified of the next upload. And I will see you next time for another station review from somewhere else in the country.